Welcome back to another episode of You Guessed It, Not a Real Podcast. You already know it's Young Cole.
And I'm Isha.
And we going to have something spectacular.
What? Just stick to it. I said last week, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Just stick to what we've been saying, because you're not really good at making shit up on the spot. No, that shit was choppy.
Shut up. We got something good for y'all today.
We have a good show. Like, why couldn't you just say that?
Cause that's all right. I'm gonna plan for it next time.
Or not.
I am. I'm gonna plan for it next time. It's gonna be great. But of course, before we jump right into it, y'all already know we're gonna start with peak and pit. So Ish, tell me about your pick. What you want to do first? Peak, pit.
I could do probably pit. I have more pits than peaks this week.
Okay.
One pit. So I picked the dumbest fucking time to wear my real hair, because now this shit is shriveled up and I look like a fucking pack of uncooked noodles. Like, so when they zoom in, this shit is gonna look super fucking Jake.
So they're not gonna zoom in.
They're gonna
zoom.
Great. You're a liar.
When was the next? When was gonna be a better time?
You said what?
When was gonna be a better time for you to do it?
Probably the fall.
I was about to say fall.
Yeah.
Fall,
this shit gonna poof up. So I'm about to put some weed back in this shit. This shit was dumb. I wasn't thinking. That's a pick. Another pick. I've been annoyed all week. Mm-hmm. I've been annoyed. So I just kind of been saying to myself for the most part. Mm-hmm. What else was a pick? So we went to Lowe's father's funeral. Mm-hmm. That was a pick because it's such a sad occasion. But then it also doubled as my peak of the week.
Oh, you seen my notes.
Because I absolutely think that if we're going to experience death, again, the best part of death is the funeral. And boy, was I not disappointed.
Where you want to start? Because you came in, how soon before I got there did you get there?
15 minutes before you got there.
So you never gave me the rundown of what happened.
It wasn't because it wasn't bad. To be fair, it was a good homegoing celebration.
It was beautiful.
It was you could tell he was loved.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Some of the people in the program,
the
lineups was kind of, we can start with the singer, because I offered to give them an A and B selection. Everybody looked at me like I was crazy.
They didn't choose you.
They did not choose me to sing, and they probably should have.
Because what happened when the other folks were singing?
It's like, I don't know if they didn't want to be there, or like they wasn't rehearsing, or like they was beefing. Like, it just wasn't, it didn't give me what I needed. It didn't give me, and I was going to give them Beyonce, I Was Here. Like, I was going to really put on the show.
Okay.
So that was kind of like, should have picked me. And then, I know, you could talk about that lady, because
I'm definitely
she need her ass
whooped. Yeah, I'm going to have to
respectfully.
I'm going to have to talk about her.
But the part that really took me over the edge.
And this was your favorite. 1 through 10, this is top 1.
But it was also like it was like bottom 10 too. Like it kind of went hand in hand. It was the thing that like thoroughly pissed me off the most, but it was the most entertaining.
Talk to the people.
So her father was an usher. He was on like 15 different usher boards. Right. And so I grew up in church. I did not know that one church can have so many different usher boards. Mm-hmm. But I guess
it was that churches or whoever church, it was just that church usher board. He wasn't
that was his old church. That wasn't even, that was his old church member.
I thought they were saying he was on this usher board, that usher board, and at another church, so at least 3 churches.
No. No.
Even better.
Hold on, motherfucker tried to get me, didn't he? So when they did, I don't even know what it's called, but when they had the 4 ushers go up, and then they each presented the one usher with like the white gloves, and he put it in the box. Mm-hmm. And then his name tag, and he put it in the box. And then the usher pin, and he put it in the box. And they had that little spiel, and like, oh, now we're going to present this to his wife. And it's like, the fuck is this, dog? And what made me mad about it, because the items that y'all put in this box to present back to her are items that she had to give to y'all for this presentation.
From the beginning.
Quit playing with me.
It was the usher presentation.
I didn't like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't like that at all. So that was my peak and pits of the week. Mm-hmm. And then like just cracking jokes, it's funny. Mid-service, you sent us a whole shared note with the things that you felt could have been a little better.
It wasn't. Yeah,
no, you did. You
no,
did.
no, no. I wasn't gonna deny it. I was just gonna say that it wasn't the worst funeral. I just had. I had things that I would like to have improved.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah, just some things that they can take back and
For next.
for next time. Well, next time we won't be there because
That was all that was about.
she done with them, so we done with them. Fish, please edit that out.
That's somewhere it didn't need to be.
No, I'm just saying.
You good? Before I jump in there?
Yeah, no, I think that's probably it. Yeah.
You want to expound on why you've been annoyed, or you just kind of one of those weeks? It's just like I don't know.
Just, and it's really, no, I wasn't gonna say it's me, but that would be lying. It's people and the decisions that they make, and I just be like, fucking for why? Like why?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's just annoying and it's frustrating, and then it's just like, and I don't know if it's because we had a conversation last week about accountability.
Mm-hmm.
So like, just like the lack of accountability that people have is just it's blowing me, and I think my tolerance for it, like especially this week, and then I'm like PMS, and it was just like, it was just I just couldn't do it, so I just stayed to myself. I didn't really do nothing until when I was low, and her do. Friday, we had some drinks, but that was really it. I stayed to myself this whole week.
Sometimes you got to go through that pit for the next week for you to kind of get out of it, and then that's kind of like the peak. Like, I'm back. I feel good.
Look at you being optimistic.
Very much so.
This shit probably going to carry over because then I'm going to be on my period, so. Yeah.
Well, then I give it 2 weeks.
Yeah, we can circle back.
We'll circle back.
Oh, that's real.
We'll circle back.
Yeah. What was the peak and pick of your week?
So to kind of just carry on the conversation that you was talking about, I want to start with that Usher part. Because, so everybody was up there giving their 2-minute remarks.
That shit was so.
And starting with the lady that you mentioned, she, bless her soul, but she get up there and she give herself 6 titles. She is
evangelist, doctor,
all that.
My nigga's old lady.
Yeah, so she started off strong.
She
started off very strong. She was letting us know who she is in relation to her father, who sadly passed away, but then all of a sudden her voice started cracking. So now she got me.
Before her voice started cracking, because on the obituary, it was her husband's name. Right. So she remembered, she came up, she was like, my husband really wanted to be here.
Yes.
But I'm standing in his place.
Yes.
At that point, that's when her voice started cracking.
Okay,
take it from there.
So when she said, my husband really wanted to be here, I'm standing here in his place, immediately I'm like, damn.
Because
did something happen?
And it had to happen recently because his name is in the obituary. So he was going to be a part of the program.
Within a week.
Okay. I'm following you.
Let's put you in the ground, boom, boom, boom. Within a week.
So paint the picture.
Get to crying. So I'm like, this is. First, I'm like, is she trying to steal this man shine?
Because
why you out there doing this? We focused on him today. What
the fuck? But then her husband wanted to be there. So he
gone. So I'm like, that's crazy. Then she say, he wanted to be here, but he couldn't be here. He got COVID.
And when I say it took everything in me not to suck my teeth,
I fucking lost it.
And not because COVID is not real.
No. There was a lot of tragedy and still is a lot of tragedy surrounding COVID. However, you got up here, you did 5 minutes of introducing your husband and how he wanted to be here just to tell us he got COVID. Even saying he got COVID isn't what took me over the edge. What took me over the edge is when she said he really wanted to be here, but he got COVID. But he's standing in the parking lot, so y'all wave to him when you go outside.
That woman said, in between them tears, she said, because he just wanted to see his friend off one last
time. I said, she really had me thinking this man was dead.
Me and Marva looked at each other and said, well, hell, we thought he was dead. Now you got me cussing in the church.
Because now I'm writing on my notes. At first, I was taking it easy, but now I'm like, okay, we're going to have to talk about this because when the actual fuck. So then she proceeded to read the letter that her husband, who's standing in the parking lot, waiting for somebody to give him away.
Now, we 6 minutes into the 2-minute remark.
So, because we this far in, the usher lady, she come and tap. Boom, 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 boom. So the lady, she don't care because at this point, she about 75% done with page 1. Now she's flipping over to page 2.
And that motherfucker flipped. Oh.
What the fuck she do that for?
You got an essay.
What you didn't see is the third person in line. He adjusted his stance. Because now he about as mad as me, you, and everybody else in that motherfucker.
What you didn't see is
tell me
the older usher that was in the middle on the left-hand row, right? Standing up. Oh, they got sign language going on. She hearing the with
oh, because
and the lady was like,
Lo said that y'all see that. I didn't see that.
Oh, what? She was hitting her with all kind of shit. And again, I didn't even know ushers did that.
No.
She was doing this. So the lady that's tapping people, she trying to do her job, but this lady is really making it hard. So she getting in trouble by the older lady.
And at this point, she on page 3.
Oh, no, because now we about 9.5 minutes of this 2-minute remark.
Ma'am, go back up to her and tap her on the shoulder.
No, this time she rub her.
Yeah.
She rub her.
Baby, it's time. You gotta pack this shit up.
Where's the music?
Wrap it up. So, okay, cool. So the next person go, and, she doing her job, rightfully so, but she tapping everybody. But at this point, I'm like, these folks didn't take as long as her, but you tapping these people. I'm hoping that this usher presentation y'all keep on talking about is really something. Then that shit happened, what you described.
Oh, baby. And
you know what I'm saying?
Because,
And I'm going to fast forward real quick because we got to get to this part.
This is the part that really pissed me off. Oh, I ain't never cussed so much in the church in my life.
Because we go to the repairs.
Mm-hmm.
Who's sending that?
No. It's 2 rooms. If you're going to tell a story, tell it right. It's 2 rooms. It's the main room, but see, we kind of made a pit stop from the cemetery to the church. So we in the overflow.
We go back to the overflow.
Low walk in. And now we giving her the notes that you sent. Everybody's laughing. Who walks in the goddamn overflow room?
Nigga with COVID.
Mr. COVID himself. Not a mask in sight. Sir, if you don't get out my friend's face breathing in her air, she just buried her damn daddy.
He's on plate number 2 because he was in the other room at first eating, and he come in here with a plate.
And then Lo gonna say the wife who was doing all that extra shit in the put. Now you got me cussing him.
What did you tell him?
Baby, take your mask off so you can eat. Bitch, you could have took him a plate home. The fuck you mean?
When she said,
I'm so mad.
But he's in a parking lot.
So if y'all see him, make sure y'all wave. He gonna be at a social distance. When not in this church, he ain't.
All I can tell you is that was the first on the note. Maybe as we go through today's episode, I pull out the notes and I share more as it fits. But that took me over the edge.
That made me dog.
That took me over the edge.
And then we can move past it. But another thing, never mind. Go ahead. What was your peak, man? Was that a peak or fit?
That was a little bit of both, but I do got another peak, and you already know what it is. Dun-dun-dun. I got 3 of the most amazing. You know how people be like, "You're one of the most amazing people ever." Da-da-da-da-da. They be lying. I'm telling the truth.
Oh shit!
I got 3 of the most amazing people to have ever graced the earth, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So much so.
Put a name on it.
I take a bullet for these bitches.
Put a name on it so you can make other people jealous.
I got my sister / best friend, Brittany.
Okay.
Brittany, not to be confused with Brittany. Okay. I got my motherfucking road dog cousin, Kavo.
All right.
Okay, Kabori. Her mom and daddy put their names together. It's
we're gonna talk about that later because black people gotta stop doing that shit.
Yeah, that's some ghetto shit.
We gotta stop doing that
back
shit.
in the 90s or some shit.
Because baby, they trying to bring it back though, like the mom and the daddy names and stuff.
I don't like that.
We need to leave that where we left it at.
Like Frank Keisha, and I ain't like that shit.
Yeah, because you know her daddy Frank.
And her mama Keisha.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
I fucking hate it.
Okay,
who the third person?
I got my motherfucking Virgo, goddamn soul sister, motherfucking Tilda in this bitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tilda. Your top 3.
Also known as Coach T. And the funny thing is, both Brittany and Tilda, y'all heard me talk about Auntie Talk a few times. They are the stars of Auntie Talk.
Yeah, they got their own podcast, so make sure y'all check them out. Subscribe, like, listen, tell a friend to listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's my peak. That's a peak in and of itself.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, then we're going to jump into the topic. But since we on the and I'm not going to be like, why the fuck is y'all talking about my daddy funeral?
No, because I can pull out the notes.
No, we're going to do the notes. But the one guy that went to college with him, I just feel like he freestyled that.
You think so?
And you was in the program.
Somebody the one that started the alphabets?
No, nigga, that was the preacher who did the eulogy.
That wasn't the preacher.
You talking about the old man?
Yeah, and he was like, when she tapped him, I was like, okay, he finna move, but then he was like, he said her daddy name, and he was like, A, it's for awesome.
Oh,
yeah. L, it's sir, please go ahead.
Sir, why would you freestyle this? You knew you was gonna be in a program. You should have had something written. You should have went to Miss Mama's because she had 3 pages for you to read.
At this point, to break up the monotony, you could have read page 2 of 3.
You get what I'm saying?
All right, so
they could have put on a little
understand.
show, but yeah,
we on the same page. But all in all, it was a beautiful funeral.
Yeah,
preacher did his thing. Pastor did his thing.
No, he did. No, I ain't gonna even lie. When he said God, some, but he chose grace over justice.
Boy, what?
Ooh, boy, the floodgates came. I wasn't sober, so I can't do funeral sober.
Not think you were gonna mention that.
No, and then I have my glasses on, so y'all know sometimes when I'm not sober, my right eye get real low and lazy. And you raggedy bitches was taking pictures, posting that shit on Instagram, and I was like, oh, okay. That really added to my frustration.
And I tried to do you a solid. I zoomed in and sent it to you directly because I didn't want everybody going in on my folk. But by the time I came back to the group chat, they was already 10 messages.
But how was that doing me a solid?
Like I didn't want everybody to go in on my people. So I sent it to you, but I had to address it. You seen that eye.
That motherfucker was like somebody bought me. Like it was close.
You seen that motherfucker.
And that's why when people think I be trying to be cool when I wear sunglasses, like, no, my eye gets so lazy. And then it's still up there. Jazz deleted the picture. I was like, you didn't have to delete it.
Jazz so sweet.
She is. Yeah. But Lola Marvin, that shit's still up there now.
I'm surprised you didn't talk about Jazz in that look. 45 miles an hour turn into that
talk about that.
Don't worry about it. Y'all done did enough on her. Yeah. Y'all done did a number on her.
But she need her license revoked.
Yeah, but leave her alone.
Yeah, because I'm in a parking. It's a parking spot. You pulling in. You don't got to do 45.
No, she did 45.
I would never ride with her again. I would walk.
But she did 45 like.
And 6 feet, just to bag in.
It wasn't like she was already going. She had come to a complete stop, then hit that motherfucker.
And I was high.
Yeah, I was high. Yeah, I know you was on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, nervous. Speaking of church, we're talking about religion today, or religion versus spirituality.
Spirituality.
My tongue is heavy.
Don't worry about it.
My tongue is heavy.
You know water.
Would you say you're more spiritual or religious, and why?
For a long time, I thought I was religious. And you want to know why? Because I ain't know the difference. As I'm coming to age,
praise him,
I realize I'm way more spiritual than religious.
Yeah.
And I think just because of the difference between the two. And we'll get into it, but what do you think? Are you more religious or spiritual?
I'm definitely way more spiritual than I am religious. Yeah. And even though I grew up in the church, my grandmother was the mother of the church. Mother Rouse.
The board.
You feel me? Okay. I'm talking about church all day, Sunday, Church of God in Christ.
Wednesday,
Bible study. Yeah.
Yeah.
Church all day,
all day Sunday.
For no reason.
Yeah.
And this man ain't said nothing in the third service that he did not say in the first service.
But she got to be there.
But here the fuck we are.
Usher?
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. Well, she was cooking it then, as she got older, that shit wasn't tasting good all the time. So they sat her down. Her macaroni went in. Because at the church, you gonna have dinner between services.
Yeah.
She was on the cooking, one of the mothers that cooked for a long time.
Kitchen coordinator. One of the kitchen coordinators.
Yeah, so she just sat down and kind of just told people what to do. But but I knew at an early age, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
So I'm way more spiritual than I am religious.
I don't think I probably just didn't put forth the effort to have an identity for myself. So I grew up, and honestly, I can't even say that my mama was more religious than spiritual, but I grew up in the church following, her lead or whatever. But
what denomination were y'all?
Baptist.
Baptist.
We get down.
No, y'all don't.
You crazy. We gonna
y'all praise the worship be
praise
so
the
weak.
Roof off of that. You stupid.
Baptist?
You stupid.
Okay.
You stupid.
Okay.
We gonna blow the roof
off
that.
Be Pentecostal.
Okay.
No shade to no other religion.
There was a lot of shade. I like Stockton Santana and throwing all that shade. What you was? No denomination. I didn't put a name on it.
No. Once I started going to church on my own, I started going to the Word Church with Pastor R.A. Vernon. It was non-denomination.
Yeah, I was Baptist like him, then. But I think, like I said, as I grew older, I realized I'm way more spiritual than religious. Yeah. And I think because the lines can be blurred. It's not like a huge difference, but religion is more so following the tenets of the law. And then I think spirituality is just your being and like believing just your being, and then it's all stemmed from, it's still from the word and it's still from the Bible, but it's what you believe that the word is saying, the teachers and the practices is saying from the Bible.
Yeah, for me, religion, I mean, obviously, it feels man-made, and when you think of religion, you think of these churchgoers, regardless of what you practice or what God you believe in. Church people, not all of them, but church people they're not good spirited people.
Mm-mm. Not all.
Like not all. Yeah, no, it's not a general statement, but I've seen more people that were like into church and using God, but then they're not good people. You know what I mean? Like that hour and a half that you at church and you shouting, you doing all that. Like that's a cool story, bro. But how's your character outside of church? And like they're not good people. So I learned very early on religion was not for me, because religion will have you looking at people. The Bible say come as you are, but religious people will look at you crazy if you're a woman. You like now, obviously not now, but like back in the day, if you came to church in pants or jeans, the church people are talking about you instead of like trying to help you. So I just knew like just be a good person, do right by people. If you can't do right, don't do harm.
I think with spirituality, you have to lead with love.
You got to.
Yeah, you lead with love. Religion is like the don't do this or you'll be shamed for that.
It's almost like
point your
ruling
finger.
in fear.
It very much is. Almost.
And if you feel like God is God, and like yes, He's my Father, and yes, He, like a parent, He's going to punish me and show me my ways, but it should not be a fearful relationship. I don't fear God. I respect Him,
right,
but I don't fear Him. And religion will have you thinking like you gotta, if you don't do this, you're going to hell. But I don't gotta heaven or hell to put nobody in. And one sin don't outweigh another sin. So me doing what I'm doing is no different than my homegirl who's a lesbian having sex with her girlfriend. We both having premarital sex. So like you can't, they like to separate and pick and choose what's a sin and what's not a sin. That's what I can't get with.
Very hypocritical when it comes to religious people. And I mean, so it's like you kind of grouping the churchgoers and the like I said, following the tenets of the law with the religion. But I like with spiritual people, I feel like it's more than one way to skin a cat. I feel like with spirituality, you can pray to basically showcase your spirituality. You can you can meditate to showcase your spirituality. Religious people look at you meditating like you're doing witchcraft or something. And it's like, you can't tell me what my walk with faith in God is. You can't tell me what that's supposed to look like, because that's what you look like.
Yeah.
And a part of that is because it's like age old. A lot of the Bible is age old. And if you think about it, it's just like in real life. Sometimes my daddy do and say things that I just don't understand because he's stuck in his ways. That's what they used to do back in the day. And it's like, you can't reach me as a young adult by trying to make me fit into whatever this mold is, because that's what you was brought up on.
Yeah.
You got to be able to evolve. Yeah. You got to be able to understand that I'm younger, so I do things my way and I do it differently. Yeah. And the good thing, like with my dad, is eventually he'll come around. But with a lot of religious people, they don't understand that some of the word is for sure outdated.
Yeah.
And you trying to tell these people that this is what they have to do, and they don't want to bend on that. And they, in turn, end up being hypocrites, because they don't want you they don't want you to bend on what they believe in, but they sure will.
Yeah.
Each and every time.
Every single time. And it's just, reading the Bible and quoting Bible scriptures, like that don't make you a religious person, right? It don't make you a decent person.
No more than standing in a garage make you a car.
Hello? Vroom, vroom. You see what I'm saying? But they'll use that. So they'll say like, oh, even still some preachers feel like regardless of what happens in your marriage, you're never supposed to get divorced. The Bible says you can't get divorced. If a woman gets divorced and then she gets remarried again, she's committing adultery. This woman is getting her ass whipped though, dog.
She gotta go.
Or he's emotionally abusive. Or he's financially abusive. She's a stay-at-home mom. She's a stay-at-home wife. And he's the breadwinner, but he's controlling the money. And he's separating from her family and everything. But you got some preachers or pastors or reverends that say, stick it out.
Stick it out.
That's your husband.
Come talk to me.
And ain't got a bit, sir, no.
Got you, girl. So I know you're not religious.
No, because they be playing crazy. Or this woman is miserable.
Yeah.
And you telling her to stay in the situation because what would Jesus do? Well,
For them to take 45 years to get it right. Just to say I've been married for 60 years and I'm this staple. No.
girl,
No.
yeah, religion. I ain't gonna say it's a joke because some people are like really serious about that, but just be a good person, man. That's it. Just be a good person. I don't feel like I have to go to a church or to be around. Like I don't have to, because the Bible said, with two or more people join. You know what I mean? Like me and you, us talking, having this conversation. That's fellowship, right? And I feel like the true test of like, are you a good person, or do you do right by people, should show like in your actions. Like I want people to look at me and be like, damn, she went through X, Y, and Z. She been through all of that woo, 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 and she's still here. I know where my blessings come from.
And she's still being a blessing to other people.
Yeah. However I can. Like I be telling, like, and I keep using Bo as an example. But again, just 5 months ago, my friend couldn't walk on her own. She couldn't go to the bathroom on her own. She couldn't wipe her own bathroom. Butt when she went to she had to walk in with a cane. Then 3 months, she's just now. That was a whole nother medical issue. Then she got diagnosed with breast cancer. The lump that they found was so small. The doctors are still saying, like, how did you find that? How did you find that? Now she in remission. So this is the last 5 months. When I see her, I see God. That ain't nothing but God. That ain't your doing. Your doctors went to school for all of these years, and they have the technology and the knowledge to do it. But at the end of the day, that's God quarterbacking this. So when I see certain people and I hear certain stories, I know, like, the only logical explanation to me is God. And I'm cool with that. If it don't go no further than that, I don't need a Bible scripture to tell me that he exists.
When the spirit is strong, neither oppression, neither depression, none of that can really make you succumb to what you've been through.
Yeah.
But when the spirit is weak, boy, it opens it up for all kinds of negativity. And it can bring you all the way down. And so I'm so now deeply like rooted in my spirituality, and just that alone, I want to stay strong in it. I want to stay whole in my faith, because that's what keeps me going.
Yeah.
I remember I was in school one time, and literally it was like the most fucked up day. And one of the things that happened was like my dollar got stuck in the vending machine.
You wanted that Fruitopia, huh?
Oh, I wanted to fucking spaz.
Yeah.
But, and amongst other things that happened, I got a boot on my car that day. I failed to test that day. It was just things that kept coming back to back to back to back. But I was like, I ain't gonna worry about it. We all know the term let go and let God. I got somebody in this room right now that I just told them the other day, like, when you said let go and let God, you really meant that. And so when you really follow that and your spirit is strong, because you know that you have a lot of faith in your beliefs, you can't lose. That is spirituality.
Yeah.
Leading with love no matter what is in front of you, like what you faced with.
Yeah.
And you can tell when people don't. And another thing is like when they don't lead with love or their spirit isn't strong, they try to make everybody else believe that it's wrong for believing what you believe in or whatever. So I can't get down with them.
No, and the people like that, I don't even. I'm not like a preachy type though. Like when I talk about like the goodness of God, I talk about what He's done for me. You know what I mean? And I always say this, like I'm not worried about things that people probably feel like I should. I'm still unemployed, and I still
which unemployed.
Still don't have a job, and people are like stressed out for me, and I'm like, baby, I'm the same God that made a way all them other times is the same God that's gonna make a way this time. I have yet to miss a meal. I have yet to miss.
Come this far.
Like what? I'm
not this far.
Normally I say like two things can exist at the same time, but faith and fear can't exist at the same time. So if I say I'm believing in you and I trust in you and I know that you're going to bring me out of this, just like you brought me out of the last thing and the thing before that, well, I can't sit in fear. Because nah.
And it may not be what they say. He may not come when you call, but he's
always on time. Yeah. So I ain't tripping, and I don't like to be around people that like worry. Like worrying is a part of it's a part of our everyday life. And, that's not to say I don't worry. I don't have my days. Like this whole week, I was annoyed. Just like, my spirit was bothered. But a person that's constantly worried, I can't be around you. I don't want to sit in that with you. I don't want you to project that on me. So you go over there and do what you need to do, and I'm gonna stay over here, and I'm gonna be in my own little bubble because the way my faith is set up,
I don't have room to worry. I'm so filled and with
listen to
overflow
me.
from God that I really
Listen to
don't have
me.
room to worry.
Listen to me.
And the thing with worrying is because we're such solution driven people,
Yeah.
it's like now I will, you know me, I call event, but I'm not gonna sit in that. And I don't want you to sit in that because I know what the other side looks like. Maybe you can't see it today, and that's cool. But I'm not gonna let you just sit in that worry.
Yeah.
For what?
Because we know what the problem is. All right, let's find a solution.
Have faith.
Yeah.
And it's so much easier said than done. But honestly, that's one of the easiest. Growing now,
listen,
at this big age,
listen.
It's really not. It's really as easy as it's said done to have faith.
Listen, I was saying the other day, like, I don't know. I hope God don't think I'm taking advantage of His grace and mercy,
or feel like I feel that way about me.
Like because I don't want Him to think I'm entitled to this. But like, dog, the way I'm set up, I'm not. My daddy got me.
I just feel like with the way we him,
He gonna make a way out of it. He's made a way out of it. I've been in way worse situations. Financially, emotionally, physically, and I got out of it and I came out better. So I would be a fool to know how He can work His magic. Just in my life, and then people around me, like I see Him working His magic, and that's why I'm be tripping. That's why I say, like, when people around me get blessings, and I'm happy for you. I'm happy because you got your blessings. I'm also happy because I know He in the neighborhood, and my blessing coming.
He knocking on the door.
Yeah,
I'm answering.
Yeah,
every time.
And I also know because I do right by people, so I know it's coming back to me.
And that's the thing. Like I can be so rooted, or we can be so rooted in our spirituality and understand that God is here. Not being entitled, but sometimes I think it comes off like that.
Favor ain't fair, and I tell you, listen, God don't play about me,
and I ain't asking for it to be fair.
And
the way you be showing out on me, I'm cool with how things are going.
I don't deserve it, but He feel like I'm worthy of it, so I'm gonna take all these blessings.
God, we good? Okay, we good,
my boy.
But I feel like being as rooted in spirituality as we are, it's not to say that we don't have to be religious, but I'm doing just fine. Yeah. I'm doing what the ABCs was. Pastor told me.
Pastor doing the eulogy. What's the ABCs? The get right, whatever he said.
Acceptance.
Okay.
He said, I accept that I'm a sinner.
Yeah.
The B is for believe.
You got to believe
I believe that Jesus died and rose.
Oh, hallelujah.
And the C is for commit. I'm committed to turning my life around for the Lord. He said, once you say that, you saved.
Baby.
So technically right now, I just got saved.
Again, because you got saved yesterday when we repeated it.
I'm probably going to repeat it again tomorrow.
It can be an everyday thing.
It's probably just going to be a part of like my routine. Wake up, brush my teeth. ABC.
Accept, believe, commit.
On top of the prayer that I'm going to have to do too, because I probably need a lot of God in my life all the time.
And it's cool.
And that's okay.
I'm nothing without Him.
That's okay.
And I know that.
And I don't care to be.
But I know I don't have to be, I don't have to be around church folks to know that, to get my blessings. Because, and as cliche as it say, when they say like God don't call a qualified, He qualified who He called. I want to be around the people that can resonate with me, that can look like me. And I think that's another reason why I really enjoy like working with kids, and I really enjoy like the nonprofit, because like kids, like they need to see like an example, like I'm not no different than you. I fuck up all the time, and I'm still blessed, and I'm still here, and you can be who you are. You can make mistakes and just try to be better. Once you learn your lesson.
We didn't get in trouble for making mistakes growing up, it's not a mistake if you do it again, and you already know the consequences.
Yeah.
But if we did something, we didn't get in trouble like that. Like my daddy led with. My mama and my daddy, of course, led with a lot of love. My family was just filled with a lot of love.
Yeah.
And so it's like, to that point, kids need to understand that you don't have to sit here and be burdened by the things that you did that was an honest mistake, or even, you acted out of character, whatever. You a kid. You don't supposed to always know better, because at 31, I still make some of the same mistakes that I made at 17, for real.
Grow up, bitch. Fuck.
Nope. Having fun, bitch.
YOLO. God know my heart.
Literally after every time. But yeah, kids need to know and have that representation. So even though we know there's a difference between like religion, spirituality, and we know you're more spiritual.
Yeah.
Do you feel like they ever cross paths, like they're similar in any way?
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities. And when I say really, and this is like, I know I made a joke that Baptist churches be like super weak, but it's something about like
So lame.
each religion that I like, right?
Yeah.
Some things I like truly get, I rock with, like okay, and I try to like incorporate that in my life. But I do think like at its core, it's a lot of similarities, like knowing, like keeping like God like in the center of your life, right? He's your anchor. That's like spirituality and religion. For me, even though I'm spiritual, I still pray. I pray to God. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some people they pray to like the moons and the stars and the crystals. That's no knock. If that's how you get yours, that's how you get yours. That's just not what I'm into. But that's another form of spirituality. And then just doing right by people. I think that's the biggest takeaway. Just be good to you, and then be good to others. And if you can't be good to others for whatever reason, just don't do no harm. Leave them alone. You don't have to go out your way to make somebody else's life a living hell or to cause trouble for somebody else. Like that's stupid. So I think that's the biggest things that they have in common.
I think for both, like faith is the foundation for both. You just gotta have faith, whether you're religious or spiritual. You gotta have faith.
That it's gonna work out.
It's gonna work out.
Yeah.
Faith is the foundation, and however they seed or grow from there, that's cool. But I feel like everybody, because you praying to somebody, or you meditating, or you worshiping whatever, you have faith that person or that superhuman or that whatever it is gonna give you those blessings in return.
Yeah.
And you get blessings. You get blessings when you follow the word and the teachings of Christ, for real. So I feel like if they shared any similarities, it would be faith.
Yeah. And I think, yeah. And that's the biggest thing. Having faith of the size of a mustard seed. But also, faith without work is dead. So you can have all the faith in the world, but if you not, God gonna help those that help themselves.
And I'm gonna help those that help themselves. God passed that trait right on to me.
Hello?
He
might not have passed the forgiveness trait on to me.
Yeah, you probably, you gotta do better about that one.
Absolutely not. No,
that's okay.
No, I just have to, judgment day, I just have to have a conversation with him about that. I'm not doing that.
Go ahead. Sit down right quick. Let me talk to you.
Peter, bring my daddy out. No, because you always at the gate. You ain't nothing but a little dough man. But no, yeah,
I'm not struck right down, but go ahead.
No, for real.
Let's see how that goes. What you say? We'll revisit that.
We'll revisit that.
Okay.
But that'd be fucked up.
If that's what gets you
of all the things that can get me kicked out,
it's
because I'm arguing with your homeboy
before you get
at the gate.
Before you get in, you already put out, I ain't got time for this. Then I'm next in line with my wet plate, fanning myself. Hey, Lord, it's me. Yeah, I don't know. She was on that bullshit.
Now you down there with me. You see what I'm saying? No, but faith. As long as you got faith, but that doesn't mean that just because you have faith, it's going to work out exactly how you want it to work out, exactly when you want it to work out. And I think that's the thing. And I always say, like, sometimes the blessing is in the disappointment, because you can want something so bad. You can work so hard for it, and you can like dream it, and you can think like this is exactly, whether it's a relationship, a place, a person, a thing, whatever, and it don't happen, and then you lose your faith, and you think like it's the end of the world, but it's like, no. Sometimes the blessing is in the disappointment when you said like, this is what I want, and God said, no, but bigger, greater, better.
Work a little harder.
What that man say? What he say? Dream bigger, bitch.
Oh, gotta think big.
Yeah.
That's my shit.
So it might hurt, but know that you didn't get it for a reason.
Right.
That's something better. That's something that's more aligned with what you need, and like that can help you get from wherever you at to your next level. That's coming down.
That was probably one of the first lessons that I remember being taught is don't always ask for what you want. Just ask for, hey God, what do you want me to have? Where do you see me? Where do you need me to be? And then work towards that. Because sometimes you'll limit yourself and put a cap on what it is that you want, because God may not want that for you.
Maybe I need to start doing that. Because I pray all the time. I pray all the time. They like, I know God's tired of you. Like, if you say something that's going to resonate with me right now, I just start praying. Like, so if I'm ever drifting off, like, that's because somebody said something, I start praying. But But I also tell God what I want. Like, and that's the thing when you pray, like, I have conversations with him. Like, I tell him what I want, but I always say, well, let your will be done.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see with this whole job situation.
No, because here's the thing. It's
I
like
say, God, I
birthday gifts,
trust
for
you.
example.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell y'all what I want. Now,
Yeah.
if you want to go bigger,
Go
have
bigger.
edit. But
Yeah.
hey, at least here's baseline.
Yeah.
Let's start
This is what I want.
here.
I'm telling you what I want, but I always say, but let your will be done.
Let your
And
will be
whatever
done.
happens, do not let me be heartbroken.
Ooh.
I always say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you know how people be like, God, just I'm praying for strength. I don't pray for strength no more because the only way to get stronger, he got to put you through stuff. I don't want to go through nothing.
They said, Lord, please don't put me on your strongest warrior list.
Yeah.
Don't do
I'm not praying for that.
This year, just let me be on the sick and shut in.
I'm strong enough.
God forbid.
I'm strong. I don't ask for strength.
I want it.
I don't want to be heartbroken in the process.
Just tell me what you need me to do.
Because he just say, okay, let me make you stronger. And then you go, truth is, I'm tired. Call me Tamla Man. I am tired. Speaking of Tamla Man, not really speaking of her, but she's more of one of the new age singers of our generation.
Right.
She's our generation. Well, she's not of our generation, but she came out, when we were younger. How do you feel about, like, not necessarily just the old way of doing things in church and like music versus how it's done now?
I'm a favor of, so okay, let me tip on this one for a second. The old school music, I love it. I love the Kurt's, the Fred Hammonds, the Donnie McClurkins, the Will Murphys, love them.
The Mississippi Mass Choir.
Hello, somebody. Yeah. Shekinah Glory Ministries.
Yeah, Shirley Caesar.
Shirley.
The Clark sisters.
I don't want to say I fuck with them, but
you fuck with them.
I do fuck with them.
Respectfully.
Real quick, side note. Sexy Red did not respect Bobby Jones. Nevertheless. First
of all, I didn't even know Bobby Jones was still alive. And then when he do step out, y'all gonna have him sitting that close to Sexy Red talking about some her pussy pink and her booty hole brown. Bobby don't even know what that is.
The fuck?
Town.
So yeah. I love it. I love it. But I think that I love what the new age music and how they're trying to incorporate, just like I was saying earlier, sometimes the old school don't always meet the new school the best way possible. And so I feel like some of the newer music, them incorporating the younger generation, I feel like is getting them just as excited as we were growing up off of a lot of the artists and stuff that we just named.
What would you do if you heard a gospel song over a drill beat?
It's one that exists. Have you seen that post? It's a place in Atlanta. It's a spot in Atlanta, and they do it's a club for Christians, and so it's rapping. I should have sent it to you. They rapping. Somebody got on the post was like, y'all might well just go to church. Damn, let these folks go to their club if they want to go to their club. Why everybody so mad at people for celebrating what they celebrate?
Church folks. You see what I'm talking about? Them religious. You see what I'm saying?
I might well just go to church. But I absolutely love it because it gives them an outlet to be able to celebrate Christ how they want to.
Yeah.
Nobody's walk with faith is the same. No two walks with faith is the same.
It's definitely not cookie cutter at all.
It's not cookie cutter. And so my relationship with God, I was raised to not disrespect my parents, so I know not to disrespect God. I was raised, personally, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but personally, I was raised to not even cuss with or cuss in front of my parents or say certain things in front of my parents. So when I am praying to God, I don't cuss. And so I just feel like whatever your outlet looks like to celebrate him, let that be yours. Yeah. So I absolutely love some of the new music and how they incorporating the younger generation, because just like our folks growing up, the hell y'all listening to? What's this boo-bop shit? I be saying the same thing, but shit that be coming out sometimes.
Sometimes I just be like, turn this shit off. What is this?
Itch.
What is this?
This is what the new kids like.
Yeah.
This, and I just gotta respect it. So
I'm with it. I like it. I like anything that's not necessarily traditional, because especially when you're thinking like the younger generation or people who are like still of the world, right? And I think I'm still very much of the world. I'm very much of the world. I'm worldly. I'm not a holy roller. I'm not a holy roller. I think, you got to meet them where they at.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be the drill beat to get them. It might be the bass to get them. It might be the Christian rappers, or even like the preachers nowadays. They are very much modern preachers, and they're doing more so like teaching. And that's the one thing, like with Pastor Vernon at the Word Church, him and his wife, they're really good at meeting you where you at, as far as like breaking the Bible down and just like talking to you. And I think the more preachers like kind of incorporate that, they'll definitely be able to touch the younger generations. Because you can't go out and some thee, thou, not, and condemning folks to hell.
I'm still confused.
Yeah, like
I'm still confused on when to use thou, they, thou, did.
And I don't.
I
King, what is the King James?
version?
Give me that.
I was gonna say now King James is my version.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah.
Bo Uncle, he was so old school up until he passed away. You know how like we got the Bibles on our phone, so they turn to your Bible. You go ahead and click it, and he ain't even want you to use that.
The Bible app?
Yeah.
Please, now it has to be like, go ahead and pull out your Bible app, and they sure ask for their tithes and offerings. Go ahead, you can get on this website.
Yeah.
You gonna have to catch up.
I'm gonna keep doing this because I don't know I don't know the stories in chronically. I don't know them in order. Yeah. So I gotta go to the table of contents.
New Testament.
Yeah, I'm not about to do all that.
Old, new, whatever after that. Yeah. But yeah, I absolutely love it because that's why it was such a disconnect between
absolutely,
you know what I'm saying, us and religion and all that, because it's like you still trying to mold me into this. Yeah, baby, I don't even understand that. Give me something I understand and I follow it. And like I said, my big age, we following it.
And if it makes sense, it makes sense. Like my grandmother, my grandmother never wore pants. She always, and we, Cleveland, it's cold. I never seen my grandmother in a skirt to show her knees. Skirts to her ankles.
Stockings?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
My grandmother never wore makeup. My grandmother never wore nail polish. My grandmother was a holy roller for real. Like
nail polish, you did nail polish.
My grandmother never wore
nail polish too.
No,
clear.
No, God no.
Ooh, no, she'd go straight down under.
She played the numbers, so it was a little confusing. It was a little, because my grandma played the numbers every day. I swear to God, God rest her soul. And I'm telling my grandmama business, but she had a drawer with her number book. My grandma, and she used to hit too.
Oh yeah, did she used to read the comments in the newspaper?
Nope.
Oh,
she just used. Now she watched Jerry Springer.
She probably could have hit my.
Yeah.
What they got?
But my grandma wasn't messy though.
What they got to do with your grandma playing the numbers, watching
I'm
Jerry
just saying,
Springer?
Because that's like, most church people don't do that.
They really don't. But no, when you look at the comments in the newspaper, that's how people get their numbers. That's how they really hit. Your grandma probably should have did that. And, Lord rest her soul, but
no, she's
probably could have hit a little bit more.
She used to hit. Yeah. She's because and my grandfather never went to church. Mm-hmm. He never. Like, he used to drop her off until he couldn't drive no more. And then, he just was like, fuck this. I never seen my grandfather in church ever, not even for funerals or nothing.
What about her funeral? Oh, no.
He died before she did. And then 6 months later, she died. Mm-hmm. So my grandmother was a super holy roller. And the church she went to, they was like real, and I just wasn't with it. Mm-hmm. I wasn't with it at all. Mm-hmm. And so, again, at an early age, I knew, like, I'm not living by this.
Real strict, stick to the script.
Yeah. And how you thinking, like, you're the worst person in the world if you don't live how they want to live. And it's just like, y'all go ahead.
I'm just going to have to be bad then.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have to be bad.
We'll see what hell about.
Well, speaking of that.
I'm not.
Trying to see what, all these non-holy rollers. You seen your grandmama?
Let me tell you something. The first...
Wait, no. Let me tell what she did.
So, Momo is Mariah Mills.
Uh-huh.
She was Zion's... and we talked about it before, his side chick. So, once he announced that he had a baby on the way, Momo lost her mind, and she probably added him for like 3 weeks straight. Every day, all day.
Again, they said she broke the record of having the most mentions of one person ever. She was like at 54,000 in like the week one.
I think they was exaggerating. It wasn't that much.
You don't think so?
No, because I was going to her page. Stand up. It wasn't that much.
No.
But
she still broke the record. She still broke the record.
Yeah. And the first like 2 or 3 days, it was like, ha, 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 this is funny. Because she's like, oh, he's embarrassing me. And it's like, well, girl, nobody knew that man was fucking on you. You came to the internet and told these people.
Nobody knew.
How are you embarrassed?
Nobody knew.
So they finally got her page suspended, which is good. Because at this point, you are harassing this little boy. I mean, he's a grown man, but he in this...
In comparison to her.
Because if it was the other way around, if Zion was doing this, they would have been got him out. They would have been got him
out of here.
So, boom. Now, fast forward. A couple days ago, she dropped a pregnancy test, a positive pregnancy test.
That was only a couple days?
Or maybe a week ago.
It's been a minute, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know if she's pregnant or not, whatever. So then the other day, she get on Beyonce's internet.
What she do?
And she say, like, she can't keep quiet no more. She had these glasses.
She had some glasses. Okay, yeah.
She can't keep quiet no more.
Mention the fact.
He was supposed to give her $62,000. He didn't. And she needed NBA to get involved because he beat bitches. Momo is insinuating.
She said, you're right. She didn't want to get the NBA, and she didn't want him to lose any endorsements. So that's why she didn't come out saying this sooner.
But she's insinuating that Zion, Freaky Z, is putting his hands on her.
But that's the thing. She never once said it. So
she's alluding to it.
She's alluding to it.
Yeah.
So the news outlets, they can take her words and spin it however they want, but you never said it.
Yeah.
So it's like you want us to believe all these things. What happened to the tattoo on her face?
I think that was fake.
Why is she trolling this man like this?
I honestly think that she got mental health issues. This is not normal.
It's not.
This is not, and this is harassment. Leave that man the fuck alone. And if he's still messing with her on the back end or texting her or sleeping with her, then okay, you deserve all this.
No, then he got mental health issues too.
Because ain't nowhere in the world.
The blind leading the blind.
Then she did like the fake crying where she was like wiping a tear. Ain't shit dropped.
Nothing came out. Not a smudge of makeup. Nothing.
Nothing.
The baby mama ain't said shit in all this.
She don't got to.
Because she's playing her cards right.
She don't got to.
And Momo, honestly, if you was pregnant, I wouldn't say shit neither. I'd be up on the beach somewhere sipping a fucking virgin pina colada or some shit.
Not a mocktail.
Doing something outside of just sitting here trolling this man and harassing this man on the internet. You're about to get paid. Allow him to continue on with his basketball and all that money that his little young ass about to get, because you would certainly reap the benefits if you really was carrying his child.
Or if you would have just kept your mouth closed from the beginning, because you attract more bees with honey than vinegar. So even if you felt the way, okay, you feel like the nigga played you because behind the scenes he's telling you this, he's telling you that, and y'all gonna build this future together. He's gonna take care of you. All right.
She said both of us gonna be in New Orleans.
Sister Wise, hey girl. And he had a baby. You can be mad, but keep that shit in house, because I'm sure he would have still fucked with you. So now you getting on the internet and you mad because this man, first of all, how he owe you $62,000? Because that's goes to show that this relationship was transactional the whole time. You making it seem like y'all was boyfriend and girlfriend. He is paying you for a service. The service is to fuck him and to suck him. Now you got an invoice that he won't pay.
Looking
silly, stupid ass girl.
If I promise you, if I would have seen that girl pregnant, I would have said, okay, watch this. I would have got pregnant on purpose from that.
No, I ain't gonna have no baby. I would have been the head. Stupid. No, I would have been the head of the baby shower committee.
Yeah, as much money as I'm goddamn getting from that baby.
The nanny.
She don't want that damn child. Go ahead and give a nanny or something to that damn child.
Yeah, because if the nigga leave you alone, you gonna get child support, but you still suck with a kid. I'd rather just reap the benefits of just fucking with a nigga that got money instead of bringing a kid in there. I'm planning a baby shower for my sister wife. I'm gonna vet out the nannies because we need a great nanny for this baby.
How are you gonna bump into the baby mama and be like, hey, how you doing? You gonna act like the sister? What are you gonna do?
She already, you know the type of nigga you dealing with.
Oh, okay. So that's what you think.
As long as you won't play crazy, I won't play crazy. Y'all can play. I don't care about being in the spotlight. I just want the money. So however y'all gotta web this story, I don't care. But just don't stop my money.
I don't think that she can't be as in love as she put out there. Like, what the fuck?
No, and then you messing up your potential other clients because you fuck for money. You're a sex worker, and that's okay.
But you could have still been a sex worker.
Yeah, and that's okay.
But now people gonna be like, this bitch is crazy, and she talk too much and she do too much, so I'm never gonna fuck with her.
Yeah,
it ain't never worth it.
It's not worth it.
She gonna come into a nigga that really ain't got no money that say he got some money. He gonna leave her ass with an invoice too. I guess you're right. Not to bring the children in this.
Yeah,
I probably still would have got knocked up, but that's fucked up because that kid don't deserve that.
That kid deserves so much better. I'm not. I probably won't get knocked up. But then again, that's how I feel today. Ask me again tomorrow. The story might change.
Okay.
Yeah. Another thing that I guess ended on a good note. The woman that was missing in Alabama?
Alabama. Yeah.
So, late at night, supposedly she's seen a baby on the road. on the side of the freeway. She called 911. And they said that 911 came pretty fast. It was just within
like 3 minutes or so.
And then, she was on car, still there, her belongings.
No sign of the baby.
No sign of the baby. But they did find her. And
they said she was walking on foot, walking back to the house.
I thought they said they found her at a hotel, a motel.
No, I seen she was walking on foot back to her house.
Okay.
Well, check the news. It was the news what I read. It's okay.
She was found. She's
found.
at the hospital. Here's the thing that I hate. Now that she's found, because everybody was praying for her, and that's one of the things, when Black people go missing, the media coverage don't really be that good. So social media really blew the story up, which is amazing, because she wasn't even gone 72 hours. So, but now that she's been found, now people are saying it's a hoax.
Because
you one of them people?
No, God no.
Oh,
God no. Because they want to know exactly what happened. They want her to share that fucking traumatic ass event that she just went through so bad for their fucking entertainment.
Yeah.
That it's no way that they can wrap their head around that it was a hoax. But I mean that it was real. But before we get into that, could you imagine being the sister? Because after she called 911, I think she called a family member. And they heard her say, talk to the kid, like, are you okay? And then right after that, they heard her scream. Could you imagine being that person on the other fucking line and hearing that girl scream and then for the phone to
stupid ass back in the fucking car?
Yeah, well.
And this is not the victim shame or nothing.
Don't go after no car seat. Don't go, if you hear a baby crying.
And I'm not getting out of my car. And she did what she thought was right for her, right? And it just happened to be a great turnout. Whether it was a hoax or not, I don't care. And if it was a hoax, I hope she get the help that she needs, because that's some mental health issues. But if it's not, then I hope that the bastards that did that, I hope that they're caught and that they're punished. And I hope that
they said they seen a guy standing over her car.
And I seen a video where they said, and I'm gonna send it to you, where you can kind of see a shadow walking towards their car. And I hope this put it in other people's head, you cannot think that you can kidnap a Black woman and nothing's gonna happen. So hopefully what happened was because of the media coverage, it just blew up and they got scared and let her go. But I'm not getting out of my car. I'll stop.
I blocked the baby in, so no other cars. I put my hazard lights on.
But I'm not even putting my car in park.
I'm not even gonna say at that. I might put the car in park. I had a gun on my lap, but
I need just because I got to skirt off. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be. And as much as I love kids, this gonna sound crazy. As much as I love kids, my ultimate goal is to go home in the same condition in which I left my house. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna call the police. I'm not putting my car in park, and I'm damn sure not getting out. I might crack the back window to say, "Hey, little baby, stay on the side. Help is on the way." I'm not getting out my car.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if now, honest to God, I don't know if I would get out the car, but I would. My heart probably would make me do something. I don't know what it is, but my heart will make me do something. But it's a good reminder to people to always stay on your toes.
You are really a good person.
I am. It's a good reminder to people, stay on your toes for real. Yeah. You can't
people
take
are
anything.
Sick.
Yeah, people are sick. And even if you see a child, that you can still help. But like you said, maybe stay in the car. Come here to the driver's side.
Now that
or they on the highway, I think, right?
But she pulled over.
So come to the
the passenger side. And I'm gonna let you in, but we locking the door.
Just stay right there, sweetie. Just stay right there.
I
might even let them in. To your point, I might not let them in, but stay right there.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch you.
And I'm gonna say, I probably put my car in park because that would be my first instinct.
Put your car. Yeah. I'm skirting off on that ass. Put that bitch in sport mode just in case I see somebody coming out the bushes. Fuck, you not Bigfoot. The fuck is you coming out the bushes for? I'm out of here, dog. Little baby, I don't know what to tell you.
And on that note, I guess we out of here too, huh?
That was too much.
That was just enough.
No, before we leave.
Jay-Z.
That's my nigga.
Yeah, Jay-Z got some lyrics on the Brooklyn Public
The Book of
Library.
Hope. I think it's like so it's like unreleased, images, art, just kind of celebrating and detailing his life as a entrepreneur, as an artist. At the Brooklyn Museum, they put his lyrics on the front of the museum. Not the museum, the library.
Yeah. 3 different song lyrics.
Yeah. And coming from somebody that was from the born and raised in a project, like that's major.
And his story been stamped by plenty of people. Yeah.
And it's a free at the library. And the library is also collaborating with like Jay-Z's team to do like limited edition library cards. And it's like, it's super dope. So I definitely think I want to, I told Chloe, like, if I fly up there, you got to take me to the library.
I think they're going to do an exhibit either Thursday or coming up. Just whenever they do it, because they speculate Beyonce might be with them. Just make sure it's not August 12th, because I need her to be at my show. Okay? That's all I got to say about that.
Who, you saying that's Jay-Z?
Well, make sure that Beyonce ain't tagging along on August 12th, because I need her to be at the show that I paid for. But they are going to do an exhibit for him. The public library. Catch up, bitch. The public.
What public library?
The Brooklyn Public Library is
going. They've been doing
exactly.
It's a whole exhibit. It's open already.
I thought they said they was gonna do it next Thursday.
No, it's already open and it's gonna be running for like a month. Oh, okay. I was so confused.
I seen it on your face.
You said, I need to catch up. Mustard, bitch, you catch up.
Catch up. Go ahead and close us out.
Bitch, close us out. Oh, you trying to get your little friends here. Oh, that's what it is.
Girl, you ain't gonna do
Y'all
that.
gonna jump me?
Girl, yeah, all of us. All three of them.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Not a Real Podcast. We hope you enjoyed. I'm Isha. Okay, if I'm gonna close it out, let me close it out.
Come on.
Damn.
She's still irritated from this week.
I'm Isha.
And I'm Young Cole.
And we'll see you later.
Bye, y'all.